Hello, this is a very short video that shares with you one habit that you can adopt for your success. Now, before I get to share today's habit, I want to introduce myself. My name is Gwyneth, and I share on social media platforms one habit that you could adopt for your success. Now it's time for me to share today's habit. Today's habit talks about learning to equip yourself. Learn to equip yourself. You might ask me, what do I mean by equip yourself? What I mean is that prepare your body, your mind, your soul, your spirit to be able to deal with different life's challenges. For example, if this current life that you're living requires you to lift items, right? So how can you prepare yourself? You would start to exercise by lifting weights so that you can gain strength, meaning that you are preparing yourself, meaning that you are equipping yourself. Take for example, if someone says not so nice things, or they're being very insultive, or they're being very rude to you, how do you equip yourself? By making sure you understand what are the things that really either trigger you, set you off, or the things that could just make you lose it. Identify those items before the situation happens, before you are triggered. Meaning, you are learning to equip yourself so that when the time comes, either for you to lift something that's heavy, it's easy. Why? Because you have been lifting some weights, in your own spare time, or you've dedicated time to actually be lifting in order to equip yourself. Or you've actually identified the things that trigger you, the things that make you upset. So therefore, when it's now happening, or when it's now appearing, what do? You've already equipped yourself. You now know how to respond, how to react, remembering that the responsibility of someone's behavior lies on that person, but your own behavior and your own reaction is your responsibility. So therefore, you need to learn to equip yourself. Again, let's say there is the change in the economy, or the change in the weathers, the change in seasons. What do? Study the seasons. I'm not saying take a book and pen and actually, no. Observe, understand how either the animals around, the change of season, or the trees, the environment. A lot of the times, I think yesterday's video is like, actually learn from the environment, because the environment will definitely teach you something. So once you understand the environment of the seasons, then therefore you prepare accordingly. Take again, for example, let's say it's raining, right? When it's raining outside, depending exactly what you want and where you are in this part of the world, you will prepare accordingly. For those that rely on the rains to water the crops as their means of their staple food, they will prepare accordingly. They would equip themselves, meaning that they would have either prepared the field, prepared the land, ready for that sowing. So, my message today is saying to you, learn to equip yourself. Equip yourself in the wholeness of you, not only one aspect, the wholeness of you, because life is always unpredictable. Like what I said yesterday, well, not yesterday, but in my previous video, to say that, you know what, sometimes you're down, sometimes you're out, sometimes you're sideways. Life is always moving, and sometimes in life there will be hard times. Like, what do you do in those challenging times? In those challenging times, you tap into the skills that you have been preparing yourself into, or preparing yourself for. I've already given you a couple of examples to say if you are in a position, or if you find yourself in a place whereby you need to be lifting things. What do? You start preparing yourself before the lifting of the item comes. Or you start preparing yourself in terms of preparing the field so that when the rains come, you are ready. Or preparing yourself about the 21st century in places where we're using AI, technology. Before you go to a place, what do? Prepare yourself. Google search it. Look at the images. Where exactly are you going? How does it look like? Equip yourself. Prepare yourself for most eventualities. It's not to say that you can completely 100% prepare yourself, but it's just to say the things that you can prepare yourself for, please do so, because there is nothing as wonderful as experiencing a situation that I've been doing this, that's pretty easy. Because what? You've been prepared beforehand. Anyway, this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I want to appreciate those that have recently subscribed, those who have subscribed from the very beginning. Truly appreciate it. And remember, learn to equip yourself. Now, feel free to share the content if you know it's going to benefit someone. But if you know it's not, then let it be. And follow, subscribe if you haven't done so. Now it's time for me to wish you well in all your endeavors. I would like to say to you, God